Today we're going to take a look at a product I hadn't seen before, the Battrix Power Card. This little $18 device could get you out of a really bad situation. We're going to take a look at the company's claims, we're going to do some testing on it, and we're going to see, does it actually live up to what it's supposed to do? So what exactly is this little thing? Let's take an up close look. So you get a credit card style power bank right here. You pull out, and that is a USB-C adapter. You're like, okay, that's great for Android users. What about iPhone users? Well, I'm glad you asked. Right here, pop out the top piece, right there, pop this adapter on, and you have a certified Lightning adapter, which will charge your iPhone. Everything you need to charge your phone in an emergency. So one of these is like a fire extinguisher. That's how I look at it. You buy a fire extinguisher hoping you never have to use it. As a prepper, when it comes to planning for things, whether it's communications, whether it's power backup, anything like that, if you guys have ever heard it before, the PACE plan, primary, alternate, contingency, emergency. This is fourth on the rung. This should be your last ditch effort to get comms out just in case you're in a bad situation. To give you 3 hours of talk time, it has a 1600 milliamp hour battery built in. And the cool thing is it has an 8-year shelf life. So the first thing about this is, what do I do with it? Where do I stick it? Well, let me show you one thing. On the back is an adhesive pad. So if you're so inclined, you can stick it right to the back of your phone and just leave it there all the time. Or you could throw it inside of your phone case if you have an extra thick phone case. It fits perfectly in a wallet. Like I said, it's the size of a credit card. It weighs about 4 credit cards. That's actually not that bad. Or for me, I'm going to keep one in my glove box in my car. Now, when I first showed this product on TikTok a couple of weeks ago, everybody was like, oh, it's going to cause a fire. Well, let me tell you something. Something you need to know about this. I did some digging into the technology built into this. It is a lithium manganese oxide battery. But what is so great about these? They have a high temperature stability from around minus 40 Celsius all the way up to, depending on where you look, 100 to 125 degrees Celsius. Stability rating. Also, they have a 1% per year discharge rate. So this thing's universal. It's going to fit all of your Androids and all of your iPhones out there, including when the iPhone changes this year to USB-C. So this should be compatible for at least a few years yet. I reached out to the company and I said, can you send me some laboratory testing on this? They did. I'll show you that here to break down exactly how it worked. But I'm not going to just stand by that. I'm going to do my own testing. So first off, I bought 3 of these with my own money to test out. The first one I tested at 20 degrees Celsius. So it was basically outdoor air temperature yesterday. I used an iPhone 12 Pro Max. The battery went from 38 to 55% in an hour and 17 minutes. That was a battery increase of 17% or a gained milliamp hours of 627. The cool thing about that is it was almost identical to the independent laboratory testing that Battrix sent me. So to put that into perspective, now, again, this is not an everyday use item. This is a worst case scenario left in your vehicle, left in your wallet, and you are stuck or lost somewhere and you need to keep testing to see if you can get a phone call out. So this will give you on average about 3 hours of talk time using 4G network. That's 360 attempted phone calls at 30 seconds apiece. So you could turn this thing on, turn your phone on, try, turn it off, turn it on, try, turn it off. This is last ditch effort, but better to have it than to not have it. So if you're going to store it, make sure you leave the cable connected. If I can get this in here to show you, let's see here. So on the back, there is a little silver connection. When you unplug this, I discovered that is like an on-off switch. As soon as you unplug it, that's when it starts discharging. Plug it back in, and it will stop discharging. So if you're going to store it packed up like this. Something else we love to do is put together blackout kits or emergency power kits for our kids and for our family members. Well, if I'd known about these last year at Christmas time, these would have went into it. But when I put them together this year for Christmas, I'm going to throw one of these each in for my kids. Since it's not wintertime here in Canada, I decided to test it in the freezer. So I threw this in for 18 hours in the freezer. The other one, another one that I bought, at negative 15 degrees Celsius. I pulled the thing out and plugged it into my phone immediately just to see if it would work. First off, it charged up real quickly. And at negative 15 degrees Celsius, I still got a 12% battery charge increase on the phone. So at negative 15, I got about a 30% reduction in charge capacity. But what I love about this is it still worked great. If you guys have followed me before, you know that I think independent third-party verification and certification is important, whether it's flashlights, whether it's whole home surge protectors, or battery packs. So this one meets UN 38.3. And you might say, well, what does that mean, Tim? I like knowing this kind of stuff. That is all about transporting dangerous goods. So the testing done on this was it passed high altitude testing, high and low temperature cycle testing, vibration testing, impact testing, 55 degrees Celsius testing, short circuit, impact, and overcharge testing. And they all survived without causing a fire or an explosion. So hopefully that makes you feel a little bit better. So I dug into their website, guys, to check out what they offer exactly. So what I love is this company just sells this one product. So $17.97 for one, $44.97 for three, $74.97 for five, and $140 for 10. Something else I found while I was digging through the website was free shipping worldwide on 3 packs and up. I didn't catch that when I bought these before. I actually bought these from a third-party vendor. I should have bought them direct from the company, but whatever. I wanted to test them out to start. Also, the company was generous enough to give workshop members a 10% discount. So if you use the discount code ToolmanTim10, you can actually save $1.80 per item, buying them individually, or save 10% off the bulk packages as well, which is great. So support the workshop, get you guys yourself a discount. And guys, as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and have a great week.